What's up, guys? My name is Preston from Autonatics, and today we have this 2025 BMW M4 XDrive. This is not your M4 coupe. This is not your M4 competition. This is your M4 XDrive right here. Let's get out and take a walk around this thing, and let's talk about this car for a second before we go for a drive. All right, guys, so my very first impressions in this car so far is that it actually is a pretty cool looking vehicle. Now, I don't know how you feel about that front end, but at first for me, when I seen that front end, I was kind of like, eh. But now that I'm looking at it, it don't really seem so bad for me. It used to look like a snout. I don't know, it grew on me for this review. It's weird, right? What we have here is a 510 horsepower car. Unlike the 386 horsepower 440i, this thing right here is 3-liter, twin turbo, M-Power. It's an inline 6 with 510 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque. This thing boasts a 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. This thing is pretty dope. It is offset. You got 19s on the front and 20s on the rear, and this one does have the Michelins on them. The pilots, they didn't come with the P0s. This car is actually pretty sick. This version is fully optioned out. He did not go with the ceramic brakes. That'd be the only option that's not there. But ceramic brakes to me are for the racetrack, and this car is not going to the racetrack. Another cool option that he did also is he went with the carbon fiber roof, which carbon fiber is lighter, it's stronger than regular material, and it also gives it a pretty killer aesthetic when you look at this thing in the sun. They gave this thing an 8-speed M Steptronic transmission, letting you shift through gears either automatic or in manual. And they're boasting lightning speeds on those shifts, but you guys know we're gonna find that out here when we hop in here to drop this thing. From the double kidney front grille to the laser sharp rear LED lights and the 19 to 20 inch forged wheels, this thing is aggressive, it's elegant, and it is also what you would call German engineering. You guys see how beautiful it is. This thing has tech built inside and out, like completely inside and out. As a matter of fact, there's an app for this car. It allows you to walk up to it with your phone. You see I have the M4 here on my apps, and what you do is literally walk up to it, the door, tap on it with your phone like that, and then the door is unlocked. How you start this thing is the same exact way. It's pretty techy. You put the phone by the steering column. I lay mine down in the middle by the steering column here, in that little pocket there. Press the start button. That's literally how you start the car up. I don't know if the camera just picked that up, but it's literally how you start the car. From having the key being on your phone to having the whole interior being a take haven, that gives the car this $88,000 starting price, but this option all the way out to as is over 100K. So if you want an M4 competition maxed out XDrive, you're gonna pay over $100,000 for a car like this. But what I can say is that it's a BMW. Let me get back in the sun. Is that it's a BMW, and you know that you're getting German engineering. This car is made for the track, and it is also made for the road. Very aggressive lines all over it. This thing does have a 360 camera on the car, so once you put it in reverse, you will see a 360 view around the car. Something else that's cool on here, and guys, I'm like literally blown away as I'm talking about this, because my car is not this tech heavy. The only thing it makes me think of is if an EMP go off, I won't be able to drive my car. This car will park itself. But there's so much tech on this thing that I can't talk about it without having to go to the website to read it to you, which is pointless because you guys can just do that yourself. We're here just to talk about the car itself. So, with a staggered front and back, he also opted for the rim package on here. We have this thing murdered out, and we got an XDrive. The only thing left to do now at this point is get in this car and take a ride. why don't we get in here, take a drive. Let's launch it a couple times because it has never been launched with traction control off. He told me that today. Like I said, it's brand new. It is broke in. And he said, hey, do you want to drive it to do a review? And I said, bro, you asking cheap donut maker, do he want to drive a car and do a review? So without further ado, and it is hot out here, so if you see me sweating, it's because it's hot. Let's hop in this thing and go for a drive. He optioned this to go with these racing seats here. He did not go with the bucket seats because he wanted it perforated. And I can honestly say, as a guy that drives cars, I'd rather have perforated seats too, because bucket seats do not fit each and every person. Me being a 6'5" guy, I would have went with these perforated seats as well instead of the bucket seats also, because I would want fitment. Before we jump in, let's pop the trunk. Pop the trunk. Let's see what kind of space we got. Oh, automatic trunk. Look at that, automatic trunk. Whoa, look at the trunk space in this thing. I was not expecting that. If I laid down, I could fit in the trunk. I kid you not, I'm 6'5". Look how big that trunk is. Plenty of trunk space. You play golf, you can put all your stuff in the back. If you go on a road trip, you can absolutely take this on a road trip if you are a couple. Plenty of space to take this on a road trip. Quad exhaust down there, quad exhaust. And one thing I like about this, press the button and walk away. It'll close itself. Bro, the tech on this car is absolutely crazy. The carbon fiber on this car is absolutely crazy. Press the button, phone there, car, door is open. It looks like I got a convertible, but I don't. Okay. So, let's actually turn this air down because it is hot outside right now. So we're gonna put this on 68. I'm actually gonna turn my seat coolers on. Look at me working this car like I know what I'm doing. Shout out to Kristian. Kristian is a salesperson at Hyundai. I'll drop his information below this video so you guys can see it. But this is his car. He just bought this. He let me review it. And I'm super appreciative of it. And this is my first BMW that I've reviewed / driven. And I must say, I really like this thing. Let's start here. You have every button that you can imagine in this vehicle. Camera, 360 camera. You got automatic parking. M mode, which opens my exhaust up for me to get some revs in. So let's put this thing in park. And what we're gonna do is give it a couple revs. So this is actually, I'm gonna take it out of M mode for a second, sorry. This is out of M mode, and I'm gonna go set the camera down behind the car, and I'm gonna go rev it for you. Let's see how this thing sounds. This is regular mode right here. That was kind of lackluster. What we're gonna do now is open the exhaust up with a button, because you can press a button and open the exhaust because of the active valves. And we're gonna rev it up now. So let's see what the difference is. All right, guys, so what you just heard me to do was go from just having the car started up just in normal mode to, well, I'm gonna call it eco, to going to M1. And once I went to M1, it was a little bit louder. Once I went to M2, it opened the valves up all the way. It gave it like little pops. You can hear the exhaust got a little deeper. This thing is actually pretty cool. There's so much tech built into this car that I know I'm missing things. But what I can tell you guys is this car is absolutely phenomenal. Now we got the exhaust opened up, you can see that we have adaptive cruise control. You got your light settings here. Your paddles are here. And the paddles are mounted on the steering wheel. And that is something that I actually don't like about some of the steering wheels. I like the stationary paddles. But paddles are mounted on the steering wheel. Stationary paddles to me makes it easier to not miss shift. And this red is absolutely beautiful. This color is called Black Sapphire Metallic. The outside of the car is, and the interior, just gonna call it red. As you see, there's plenty of space in the back seat ample amount of space. So I just want to say this iDrive 8 system that's in this car right here, like, keeps your phone connected at all time, whether that's GPS, whether that's performance. It gives you real-time data. This car is absolutely amazing. So once I press the M1, it puts you into sport mode. Sport mode is really cool, but once I press M2, it puts me in track mode. And what track mode is an unleashed, unhinged mode for the car. I have pressed M2 on this car because I want to launch it. This is an all-wheel drive system, so I want to launch this car. And so M2, I've set my menu up. I've turned traction control off. I've left all-wheel drive on because this car apparently can be put into two-wheel drive by the menus that are here. And I'm gonna launch this thing in all-wheel drive. I don't think two-wheel drive is actually a good idea, but we're about to go have some fun in this car. I'm gonna start out in M1 with a launch, and then I'm gonna start out, and then I'm gonna go to M2. Apparently, this car has a 3.7 0 to 60. Is it very fast? No, it is not very fast. We have driven cars into 2 seconds, but 3.7 is still very fast for a car that's made for the road with all this tech and luxury built into it. This is actually a really cool car. So let's go ahead and go out here and let's test this 0 to 60 and we're gonna test it in regular mode, we're gonna test it in M1, and we're gonna test it in M2. Now, granted, I don't know how to get to the menus to be able to see the 0 and 60 time. I'm sure there's a way on here to do it. As we're heading out to do our test, our 0 to 60 test, that when you hit the M buttons on this vehicle, the suspension and the car is mind-blowing. It adapts to your driving. So over time, the suspension adapts to how you drive. It assists you in the performance of the car as it's fine-tuning itself. Uh-oh, 0 to 60 spot is a no-go. We have a car pulled over in my 0 to 60 spot. So I'm gonna give you guys one 0 to 60 pull just because this car is loud. Oh! Whoa! Whoa, it threw my phone. Whoa. I'm looking in the review to make sure he's not coming after me. Yo, that was a 0 to 75 on accident. This car just picked up and threw everything out of the console that was here onto the floor. It was so fun. I want to do it again. I'm actually pressing my luck doing this again because there's literally a cop up the street. All right, let's do that again. One more time. Whoa! That is wild. That 0 to 60 is wild. Hello, Mr. Cop. Oh, he's gone. The cop is gone. All right, just cut traction control off. Here we go. Preparing launch control, launch. Whoa. This thing, the back end kicked just a little bit. And the car took off. This is so great. This is great. I've never driven a BMW M Series, but I think I'm about to go full send on a kick of M Series cars. This is speechless. You got an all-wheel drive car that you can play with, make it rear-wheel drive, dominant. I'm literally shifting gears right now. It's telling me that it's uneven surface right now. I got a notice on my screen. Oh my gosh, can you hear this? Oh my gosh, this car is great. This is great. Oh my God. Listen to this. Oh man. Oh, another cop. It's hot over here today. All right, now he behind me. So far, so good. We're gonna roll the windows down just a little bit. You guys see this in real time. He is on my butt right now. I'm hoping that he does not cut his lights on. He is like literally in my rearview mirror. Okay, so we're good. He just went around me. This is still a really cool car. I don't know, I just can't stop raving about it. I've never been I'm gonna take it down this road here so we can open it up a little bit. Wow. I love how I can see my RPMs on the windshield so I don't have to look down. I love that about this car. We are hitting these curves and I feel planted. I don't feel out of place. I don't feel as though the car is struggling. The car is handling perfectly. This is how a BMW is supposed to be driven. This is how BMWs are supposed to handle. This is nothing short of perfection at this point. Do I recommend this car? Yes, I do. Would I buy this car? Yes, I would. Do I think this car gets you in trouble? Yes, I do. I 100% recommend this car. If you are a BMW lover, then of course you already know about the M4. Of course. If you've never driven a BMW, such as myself, go drive a BMW. Please go drive a BMW. This car right here is what cars in this price range should feel like. Guys, my name is Preston from Autonatics. I'm gonna wrap this review up here. Thank you guys for coming to watch. This has been absolutely amazing. The drive, the technology, the feel, the look. This car is an absolute 8 out of 10 for me, and I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 because there are faster cars in the price range. So I'm a ding one off of that. Though this thing is techie, if the tech goes down, the car goes down. There's so many things that can go wrong with it. This is why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Guys, again, my name is Preston from Autonatics. Thank you guys for coming to watch this review. I'm out. Peace.